So I'm out driving around, actually in the wife's car right now, and it's a Subaru Forester. My wife had picked it out. It has a pretty interesting feature when you have it on. If you're driving in a city and you come to a complete stop, it will pause the engine. It'll cut it off. And it does that for a couple reasons. When you think about it, one, it kind of saves a little bit on some fuel, but it also, and probably ultimately more important, it keeps the engine bay and the engine from overheating while you're sitting in heavy traffic. And I was thinking about this, and it's kind of interesting and pretty cool little feature. But then I just started thinking about other pieces of machinery, like maybe a conveyor belt. When you hit the pause button on a conveyor belt, the conveyor stops, it pauses, and it allows you to get in and to inspect and to look at what's being produced or manufactured and do some quality control, some quality assurance checks. You think about old VCRs, right? Old beta. When you hit the pause button, it lets you get up off the couch. Maybe use a bathroom break or go make some more popcorn or something. Every piece of equipment, when you hit the pause button, the cycle of operation stops. Whether it's for a moment, whether it's forever. Until you hit that pause button again, nothing else is going to happen. Then I was thinking about humanity and how that may or may not apply to us. And I realized that when you hit the pause button, that internal pause button inside of us, it doesn't stop you, it starts you. It ignites something within. It allows you to contemplate and to think about, to digest yours or somebody else's thoughts, words, deeds, actions. It allows you to weigh pros and cons. Because when you're always going, you're not thinking as clearly as you do when you just stop. Sometimes I think we need it, because I think this world just moves too fast. Everything is time now. And we can blame that on technology. We can blame it on the people we work for, the people we work with, our customers, consumers. But really, at some point in time, I think we need to take ownership of it ourselves and say, maybe I just need to stop. I need to unwind. I need to relax. I need to think about this. I need to step away from this argument before I say or do something that I can't take back and that I'm going to regret. And truth be told, we probably all have some different ways that we can do that. For me, for a while, it was doing just this. It was driving. And I had a 40-minute commute down in Texas. It really enabled me to get my day started, think about things on the way in, and it also enabled me to stop the day. So that by the time I got home, I wasn't thinking about work anymore. It enabled me to think about some life, think about relationships, think about all the things that matter and that are of value to me. Sometimes I guess maybe it's getting outside, go do some camping or hiking, do some fishing or hunting. Maybe it's a hobby, playing an instrument, or just sitting down next to a fire and reading a book. Speaking of which, you know, years ago, we didn't used to have man caves. My dad certainly didn't have one growing up, unless you wanted to call his garage his man cave. We had things like studies and dens, a place you could go in and read a book, have a conversation and a dialogue with somebody about something that was important. You weren't just fed information from Fox News or CNN. You read a newspaper. You wrote a letter. When you do these things, it slows you down. It forces you to not be in a rush. I'm going to encourage you, just as much as I encourage myself, to hit that pause button, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Don't do anything. Just relax and think about something. Open a book and read. Contemplate your life and your relationships. Discover what's really and truly important to you. And think about what it is that we need to do moving forward to live and to embody the values that we believe and we uphold. Maybe it's 5 minutes, turn the radio off and just think on the way into work. Maybe it's for 20 minutes and we take a walk. Maybe it's a day or overnight trip. Just go do some car camping if that's what you have to do, you know. But I think you and I can both find some value in something that cannot be paid or purchased for. It's not something that can be fed into us. It's something that has to come out from us. So anymore, you know, I find, like I said, you know, driving still does that to me. I don't listen a lot to any radio. Hiking does it for me, being outside, chopping wood, reading. I play my guitar, sharpen a knife. That does it for me too, or my axes. So I'd love to hear what it is that you can do that hits your own pause button inside and allows you to think about life, to think about what's going on in the world around you. And share that with me. Share that with everybody else who may watch this and is just looking for an idea of a way to hit that pause button and take back some of the control of the narrative that's in our lives. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out with me for a few minutes on this drive. Look forward to the conversation that we have down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the value of the conversation, you should consider sharing it with somebody else who may also find some value, and it may be something that they need to hear. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. Stay up to date on some future conversations, content about some fieldcraft and virtue. Until then, we'll see you.